The men arrived at Schembechler Hall after checking into the team hotel. These guys didn't want to be late for their first team meeting as a Michigan football player. For the next 32 hours, these men would literally belong to the program as part of the Michigan men's football experience. On Thursday, the wake-up call came at 6 a.m. Meetings began at 8 a.m. and practice kicked off at 9:30. This football fantasy raised money for the University of Michigan's Prostate Cancer Research Fund. Current head coach Brady Hoke and athletic director Dave Brandon, a prostate cancer survivor himself, all addressed this special team.
The cause here is pretty emotional for me. Somebody told me, and I don't pretend to be an expert, but they say that every generation in a family that gets prostate cancer doubles the probability that the next generation is going to get it. So my grandfather had prostate cancer, my father had prostate cancer, my brother and I have both had prostate cancer, and I have 3 sons. So what kind of chances do you think they got? So the fact that you're here and you're going to have fun, you're going to learn a lot about football, you're going to meet a lot of neat people. But the fact that you're here and contributing to that cause is something that's personal for me. And I appreciate it.
After another round of meetings, the men were bused to Michigan Stadium, where they suited up for an experience of a lifetime.
You have a great opportunity today. Great opportunity. And some of you only have one chance to have this opportunity. Take advantage of it. You guys ready?
Yes!
Let's go.
Go Michigan!
Players came from across the country to be a Michigan football player and to help fight prostate cancer. These men left the stadium with more bags of ice on their body than could be counted, but the memories will never be forgotten.
Just a little thought as I watch practice, I would think to some of you, if you come back in a year, 2 years, or 3 years, we hope to see you, that you get in a little bit better shape, might make this process work a little better. Practice will be more fun than that.
University of Michigan, we brought these players in, and Coach Schembechler always taught me there's 2 things that we want to do at the University of Michigan. Number 1, we want to be able to make sure that the players all get a degree from this great university. Number 2, we want to make sure they understand that you're here in Michigan to win the Big Ten championship. So the 2 goals when I walk around the locker room is, number 1, get your degree. Number 2, think about the ring. Every day, in the morning when you get up, at night when you go to sleep, you think about that Big Ten championship ring. Our goal is to make sure every Michigan football player gets 1 ring before we leave Michigan. Many people in the past here, football players have gotten 3 or 4 rings, and we want to get back to that. At least a man should have 1 Big Ten championship ring. We're teaching these gentlemen here today what Michigan football is all about equipment, about the great university, and about how we run our program in Michigan. I'm treating these men just like our football players, and it's been so much fun. Here's some doctors and lawyers that I'm allowed to yell at.
The wide receivers here, and hopefully we'll get them on defense pretty quick because they're wasting a lot of time right now. They need to be defensive players, and it's always defense first.
On behalf of all of us at Michigan Athletics, and specifically Michigan football, thanks a lot for participating in this year's football experience. You guys had great enthusiasm, great energy, a lot of athleticism out there, and mostly you're very generous people who helped us out a lot with our cause, and that's prostate cancer. So thanks.
get to do is introduce Dan.
That's all you need to do, Jim.
No, I think that there's other more important things to do. Dan DIERDORF is here, by the way, and I want everyone to give him a big, huge round of applause. Dan's one of the great Michigan players of all time, the Michigan Hall of Honor. He is one of the very few that got to play in that stadium, who is also enshrined in Canton, Ohio at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And he took time out of his day to come down here and this really cool Michigan football experience that you guys all get to go through, because he and I both were very fortunate and very lucky. We got to run out on that field years ago in a Michigan uniform. And I think at 17, 18, 19 years old, when you do that, you don't realize what a big deal it is. You got other things in your mind, like playing the football game, making sure Schembechler doesn't leave his foot permanently implanted in your butt. Those were our worries at the time. But as you get older and you graduate, and you come back to this place, you realize this truly is hallowed ground. And what we did back when we were in our 20s was really a special moment every time we ran out of that tunnel. And having broadcast football games here at Michigan now for better than 30 years, I'm a little bit jealous of those teams that come out underneath that banner, because I knew I did it once, and I think about the great moments that I had, and I kind of think, God, I hope they sit down and realize and understand how cool that is. And it's something you all are going to have a chance to do tomorrow.
Jim, thank you very much for that introduction. And again, thank you all for being here. I really wasn't in tune with what this evening was all about until Brandy called me a couple months ago and started talking about how Dave and Brady had thrown their weight behind this this event that benefited the study of prostate cancer, and just a wonderful cause. And thank you all for being here. And I'm glad that you're getting an opportunity in your own way to experience a little bit of what it was like to be a Michigan football player. I can just tell you that Jim was reveling in the fact that this was very much like the pregame meal that we used to get in college. I can only tell you that I was a little more concerned with who we were playing the next day. I really don't remember anything about the pregame meal. And I'm a little stunned that you remember every little minutia about what we ate the night before the game. Silly me, I was worried about what defense they were going to run and how I was going to block the guy across from me. Words can't describe what that's like. The first time you run out, you jump, you touch the banner, and you just are awestruck that there are that many people in one place at one time to cheer you on. Now, I have to tell you something, that I found something out later on in my career here at Michigan. There's something better than running out that tunnel. There's something better than running out that tunnel for the first time. And it has to do with the tunnel. The one thing that's better than running out that tunnel is running back up that tunnel after you've kicked Ohio State's ass.
I've coached at a lot of different places, a lot of different staffs. And the one thing we're blessed with, and I'm real appreciative, is the guys on the staff, how quality men they are, how quality of coaches they are, and how they're in it for the right reasons. And that's to help raise 115 sons. And that's first and foremost. But when you talk about the football aspect of the X's and O's, and what they do defensively and offensively at halftime, or when you make those adjustments, or when you make some decisions, and how you treat kids and the whole thing. There's not a better staff, I can tell you. One thing you got to know, we have some games that we call a glazed donut game. Okay? Those games are played at noon, or if we're in Central Time Zone, or 11 o'clock. Those are glazed donut games. And we started those when we were at Ball State. And the backstory is, when I was growing up in Dayton, Ohio, I played Pee Wee football at an early age. And on Saturday morning, I had a Notre Dame helmet that one of the coaches had. I don't know who gave it to me. He had it. I think I had an exceptionally large head. At that time, it's shrunk a little bit now. But I get on my bike, and it had a sissy bar on the back of it, and I'd have my helmet, and I'd have my pads on, and I would ride up to the donut shop, and I'd get a glazed donut, and then I would ride to Ireland Field. And I was on the Ireland Field Tiger Sharks. We were undefeated, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 6th grade. I want you to know. But I get a glazed donut. And for our kids, you know, most of them grew up playing on Saturday mornings. And if I had to say, we play every game at noon. I can tell you, every game at noon. Because it reminds me of being a young guy playing football. So that's how we started glazed donut games. So when you leave here, you're going to go out the door, there's donuts. So you grab a donut, and you don't have to. Grab a donut, eat it on the bus on the way. When we play Ohio this year, if you're at the game, if you see our guys coming off the bus, they'll be eating donuts. Some of them probably more than they should. You know, I was talking about you and me there, brother. Nothing wrong with that, all right? But that's where glazed donut games came about.
It takes a special person to be a college football player. It takes strength and heart and determination. But it takes a very special person to be a Michigan football player. It takes a champion, the drive to be better than the rest. Since the early 1900s, the University of Michigan has shown a level of excellence that has been unparalleled by any other university. Yost's point-a-minute teams were just a start of the century worth of dominance. Everyone knows about the wins, the national titles, conference championships. Those are the things everyone sees. What people don't see, though, are the building blocks that provide the foundation for that kind of success. The locker room is where things all begin, where a group of young men become a team, a family. It's where you bond with your new brothers and grow into men, where you learn that above all, it's the team that is most important. Everything you do on the practice field, the video room, and the weight room is to win for Michigan. And then you take that walk out to the practice field at Schembechler Hall, where for 4 years you will pour your blood and sweat out for your university. You push your body to the physical limits you didn't even know you could reach, making yourself stronger and smarter and more disciplined. And you remember, what the mind can conceive, the body can achieve. The coaches are in your face. They break you down to build you up, and you push yourself to the brink. And then just when you think you can't make it, it's over. The day is finally ended, but you can't wait for tomorrow to get up and do it again, all for Michigan. You do it all for that one day, that one Saturday. That Saturday when you finally get to walk down the tunnel, when you run onto the field, you touch the M Club banner and you soak in the sound of 110,000 screaming fans, and the reality sinks in. Those who stay will be champions.